So we are seeing the case of Henderson versus Stevenson on the contract law. X purchased a steamer ticket for traveling from Dublin to Whitehaven. There are two places in England. And on the back of the ticket, certain conditions were printed, one of which excluded the liability of the company for loss, injury, or delay to the passengers or his luggage. Everything was there on the back of the ticket. X, very straightforward person, he never looked at the back. He only looked at the front of the ticket, travelled. And there was no item to say something else on the backside. His luggage was lost due to negligence of the servants of the shipping company. So what do you think now? It was held that X was entitled to claim compensation for the loss of his luggage in spite of the exemption clause. Exemption means you give a waiver. Exemption clause. Because there was no indication on the face of the ticket to draw his attention to the special terms printed on the back of the ticket. This is the Stevenson case, diagrammatically given. So he is a person, the bag was lost, liability written on the back but nothing on the front of the ticket. So customer is not responsible, only the company is responsible because they never told upfront on the ticket. P deposited his bags in the clock room at a railway station. You know clock room, right? Where you give your bags and go off, maybe a short trip or a locally travel or wait for the train, next train, all that. It's a clock room where you keep the luggage. On the face of the receipt, you get the receipt. The words "see back" was printed. See back. You have to look at the back of the ticket. One of the conditions printed on the back was the liability of the railway company shall be limited for any package or baggage to $10. P's bag was lost and P claimed the actual value of the bag amounting to $24. P admitted knowledge of the condition printed on the back but denied having read it. So now what do you do? It was held P could recover only $10 because railways is given sufficient indication on the face of the ticket. See back on the ticket, assumed sufficient notice given. So the package company will give only $10. Not more than, maybe even if you lost the baggage worth $1,000 also, you will be given only $10. In case special conditions are printed in a language which the offeree doesn't understand, suppose you go to a Chinese country, Taiwan, Thailand, France, where you don't know the language. It is the offeree's duty because that country has got that language and you have to ask. So they are not responsible for the translation of the condition before accepting the offer, and if he doesn't ask, it shall be presumed he knows the language or knows the conditions and he will be bound by them. The special terms and conditions must be brought to the knowledge of the offeree before the contract is concluded and not afterwards. A subsequent communication will not bind the acceptor unless he himself agrees that. Okay. Mr. X and Mrs. Y hired a room in a hotel for a week. When they entered the room, they found a notice on the wall disclaiming the owner's liability for damages, loss, or theft of articles. Some of their items were stolen subsequently. They lost their bag or some items. So now, what is the situation? Because this condition was written only after they checked into the room, not in the reception. So, the hotel is responsible. Even though notice is given, it is given after the contract is entered because you booked the room, contract is over. The condition has to be, the special terms and conditions have to be reasonable. You cannot say you will bring the Alps mountain down or climb the Himalayas, something like that, or you dance for 24 hours. So those kind of terms and conditions are not acceptable, should be reasonable. For example, if a dry cleaner limits his liability to 25% of the market price of the article in case of loss, the customer will not be bound by the condition because it means that dry cleaner can purchase the garments of 25% of market price. So in the example Lily White Dry Cleaners versus Munuswamy, the receipt issued by the dry cleaner stated, dry cleaner will be liable only to the extent of 10 times of the dry cleaning charges in the event of any damage to the clothes. Held such a clause was unreasonable and opposed to public policy and therefore could not bind the parties. How do you make a offer? The offer must be made by any act which has the effect of communicating to the another person. An offer may either be an express offer or implied offer. Express offer means which is made by word spoken or written. X says to Y, will you purchase my car for rupees 1 lakh? This is a express contract, express offer. So these are all various offers. Express, implied, specific, general, cross, counter, standing, open and continuous offer. These are all the different types of offers. Express, implied, specific, general, cross, counter, standing, open and continuous. What is an express offer? An express offer is the one which is made by words spoken or written. We know this. X says to Y, will you purchase my car for 1 lakh? Express offer. Writes to Y in a letter, I want to sell my house for 2 lakhs. Express. X advertises in a newspaper, I will pay 1,000 to anyone who traces my missing nephew. Express. Implied offer is one which is made otherwise than in words. In other words, it is inferred from the conduct of the person or circumstances in a particular case. A transport company runs buses on different routes 17A, 25B, 270, 170, 70A, those kind of things. This is an implied offer by the transport company to carry passengers for a certain fare. You give money and I'll carry you. That's an implied offer, even though it is not written very clearly. Example 2. A bid at the action is an implied offer to buy. A bid at an action is an implied offer to buy. To whom an offer is made whether it is specific or general. Specific means a person in particular, made to a definite person or a particular group of people. A specific offer can be accepted only by that definite person or that particular group of people to whom it has been made. Nobody else can accept it if it is a specific offer. X offers to buy car from Y for rupees 1 lakh. This offer is a person specific offer which has been made to a definite person Y. No person other than Y can accept this offer.